Coverage at 11 starts now.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Jessica Dupnack. We have breaking news tonight, a tragic scene on Detroit's west side. A man and woman are dead and a young girl is in the hospital after a shootout between two groups. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin has the latest.
This investigation is very much a fluid one as police try to figure out what sparked the shootout on the city's west side during a warm, very summer-like evening. Police stress all this information is preliminary at this point. This is the scene on Patton Street just before Midland on Detroit's west side where 4 were shot and 2 of those victims are dead. Another is in critical condition at a hospital. A 12-year-old girl grazed after taking a shot to the leg. We're told she's going to be fine. Now we are told the dead are a 40-year-old woman and a 37-year-old man. Here's what happened. And again, police say this is very early information, but they say a woman told police her daughter's husband, the suspect in this case, pulled up and started firing at them. The witness's daughter is one of the victims who died. Someone returned fire, wounding the suspect, a 38-year-old man who police say took off from the scene in a car before ending up at Botsford Beaumont Hospital in Farmington Hills for treatment. Detectives say they are looking at 2 separate caliber casings at the scene, meaning a handgun and rifle were likely used in the attack. Detroit police have been preparing for a possible uptick in warm weather violence as we get closer to summer. Here's what they say about that.
Under the leadership of Chief Todd Bettison, we are very confident that we have strategies in place to combat violence. We will continue our strategies as the summer goes on, and we caution anyone who uses violence as a way to resolve their conflicts. We will be investigating and we will come to a conclusion.
If you have any information about this shooting on Patton Street, any information at all, you are urged to call Detroit Police. They want to remind you your tips can be made anonymously. At Detroit Police Headquarters, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Also tonight, Eastpointe police need your help after a man was shot in broad daylight this afternoon. It comes less than a week after a quadruple shooting in that same area. Fox 2's Camille Amiri is on the case.
Friday afternoon, a shooting in Eastpointe.
We don't know why this happened.
What we do know, around 3:30 p.m. on Kelly near 8 Mile, a dark-colored sedan pulled up to this minivan. Police say a person inside the sedan fired several shots into the minivan. The driver crashing his vehicle after being hit by gunfire. Rushed to an area hospital, an open Bible on his dashboard, and a United States Marine Corps ornament hanging from his rearview mirror.
We've been seeing a lot of that often as well, whether it be on the freeways or even in the neighborhoods in the residentials, where it just seems like a random shooting where people just pull up next to a car and open fire.
On Saturday, just yards away, a 19-year-old woman allegedly shot 4 men outside the Foot Locker, killing 2 of them. Police say that was a targeted attack.
It's either a coincidence or, at this point, I don't want to speculate. We have no suspicions that it's related, but at this time, at this world, all kind of stuff is happening.
While investigators work to determine if this crime was random or targeted.
It's just a sad and tragic situation that people resort to violence, gun violence, to settle whatever arguments they have.
And as the weather warms up,
we see this often, and it's nothing different than any other year. I wish we could find something to do other than pulling the guns out every time we have an issue with each other. No matter who it is. Let's learn to talk things out as opposed to shooting all the time.
And if you were in the area of 8 Mile and Kelly around 3:30 this afternoon, or if you have any information at all about this case, you're asked to call Eastpointe Police. In Eastpointe, Camille Amiri on The Edge.
Now to a news alert out of Melvindale, where police are investigating a hit and run. We're told it happened this afternoon near the intersection of Raup and Homestead, just west of Schaefer. This evening, officers were seen directing traffic nearby. We're working to confirm more details for you. Stay with us online and on air for updates. Developing news tonight, 2 undocumented immigrants are caught up in a sting allegedly trying to have sex with a 13-year-old boy in Livingston County. Now they've been handed over to ICE and the group behind the sting operation. They're bikers by day and catch predators by night.
You said you look very nice. And you said, would you like to me? So if it's not you, then why did you walk up to me?
That's the president of Bikers Against Predators, who goes by the nickname Boots, confronting two men who apparently think they're about to have sex with a 13-year-old boy.
We just wanted to kind of understand these conversations you had online.
I don't know,
Do you speak English very well?
A little bit.
A little bit.
This group, similar to other vigilante groups out there, using dating apps and social media, posing as kids and teens catching child predators.
This case particularly was on Grindr, which we use sometimes. But most of our cases are from social media like Facebook, Instagram.
28-year-old Luis Hernandez Bonilla and 30-year-old Carlos Aguilar Vasquez allegedly reached out to the 13-year-old decoy and planned to meet in Livingston County between Howell and Brighton last month.
I just haven't met a lot of guys on Grindr because, I'm 13, so I just want to make sure.
You come here, please.
You want me to come to you?
Investigators say Hernandez Bonilla is in the U.S. illegally from Mexico and denied that the conversation with the teen even happened, even though the thread of messages were allegedly found on Aguilar Vasquez's phone.
You guys got IDs? No, they don't.
Livingston County Sheriff's deputies responded and vetted the situation, which led to taking them both into custody.
Hey, come here.
We are investigating these two individuals for solicitation of a minor. They have since been arrested and detained by ICE and have left the Murphy Marriott. We'll continue to do the investigation on the solicitation, and once that's done, we'll turn it over to the Livingston County Prosecutor's Office.
The men are in the custody of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, aka ICE. A formal federal complaint lodged against Hernandez Bonilla. It's unclear what happens next for his co-defendant. The encounter from Bikers Against Predators will be used as evidence.
Justice is what needs to happen, and these guys need to, pay for these acts that they've done to our children and continue to do.
Bikers Against Predators say they have helped in the arrest of child predators in 28 states, and many of those arrests are recorded and posted on their social media pages. Southfield police sharing new details about the arrest of a man accused of sexually assaulting two children. Police body camera video showing the moment 69-year-old Lawrence Miles was arrested at his home Wednesday. He's now facing 5 counts of criminal sexual conduct, accused of inappropriate touching. We're told the kids are a boy and girl, both under 10 years old. The chief commending that little boy for having the courage to tell their parents.
These children know what's right and what's wrong. It's important for parents to really look at these type of incidents and have conversations with their children. What it means to be touched inappropriately and what to do if you find themselves in that situation.
Investigators say another person is expected to come forward with details of additional sexual assault, and police fear there may be more victims. Miles is a former educator who worked with children in other states before moving to Michigan. Now, drivers have already been dealing with headaches, finding new routes to avoid construction on eastbound lanes of 696. Now, drivers on the other side are following suit. Fox 2's Scott Wolchek has more details as construction crews get to work.
It's ridiculous, but they got to do what they got to do, and we got to do what we got to do.
And what we got to do is live without a big stretch of 696 for 10 days. We all know eastbound 696 has been shut down between Lazar and I-75. It's going to be that way for the next 2 years. Now, westbound is also shutting down for 10 days to demolish the huge bridges near Greenfield and Coolidge.
So this will be the worst of the inconvenience for the next 2 years for the westbound side. I know, though, getting through these next 10 days will be tough. You're going to see heavy traffic on the local mile roads. And, of course, the county or cities might be working on those roads as well, which is why we really want you to use the detour.
That suggested detour take I-75 to the Davison to the Lodge.
Of course, it is about 25 miles long, and depending on the time of day, it might take you a half hour, it might take you 45 minutes.
What do you think about their detour?
No, it's terrible. Terrible. They could have done better with the detour.
Lisa works at the Sunoco on Greenfield, right by the 696 ramps. She says the construction has been a headache.
Slow. Mornings are extremely slow.
Do you mean business or just the way to get there?
Business, the area is slow, traffic-wise, and other businesses I've talked to around here, same thing.
Oh, it's going to be really hard. Traveling to work, you know, kids, school. That's the freeway's everything.
Rico also not a fan of the inconvenience. You got to be in West Bloomfield tomorrow.
Yes, at 7 o'clock for basketball. So I have to wake up probably about 5, hit the road, and make sure I get there on time because it's ridiculous, man.
Their message:
hurry up, get it done.
Get it done. ASAP, get it done.
Now, one saving grace, if you're getting off at 75, there is going to be a lane open where you can exit off at Woodward or even go all the way to Coolidge, but it is going to be just one lane. MDOT warning, it's probably going to get backed up pretty fast. So you want to plan your detours out as far as possible in advance. For now, reporting in Oak Park, Scott Walczak, Fox 2 News.
Let's turn now to something a little more positive. Looks like we'll have some good conditions for Mother's Day. Stephanie Mead here to fill us in. Hey, Steph.
Yeah, listen, we have more insulted.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. This construction is off the chain this spring.
They didn't want to hear me complain about the construction that's going on. That's okay, though. We are looking at nice weather as we head through the next couple of days. We don't really have a whole lot going on here across the city. It's a great night to be out and about. Temps today managed to top out in the upper 60s for a lot of us here across the state. And right now we're starting to come down. A lot of us are in the 50s, few 40s sprinkled in there. So it is maybe a little cool for spots, but very much manageable heading through the overnight. Now, we do have a few showers north of us here up near northern parts of Michigan. I don't necessarily think any of that moisture is going to make its way down to us. I do think we're staying dry. We might see a little bit of residual cloud cover because of that as we head through the day tomorrow, but I think that's pretty much it. Temps tonight will fall through the 40s. It's going to get chilly, but not as chilly as yesterday. 44 degrees for an overnight low, and then highs tomorrow top out in the low 70s. It's going to be a beautiful day to start off the weekend. Now, Sunday, maybe slightly cooler, but not by a whole lot. There could be a few more clouds around, too. And then I think as we head through the day on Monday, we could be pushing almost 80 degrees. So that summertime warmth returns to the forecast. As we head through the next couple of days, we are anticipating that potential for a few showers, especially as we look towards the middle part of next week. Not necessarily seeing any all-day rains, but Tuesday, Wednesday into Thursday, we could be looking at additional scattered showers. Daytime highs are going to top out in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees with our next chance of rain arriving on Tuesday. Jess.
All right, thank you, Steph. A happy update to a story we brought to you last night about a baby fawn that survived a traumatic crash. The fawn, named Baby Meyer, is recovering under the care of Detroit Animal Welfare Group, or DOG for short. They provided this photo today, saying the fawn has 2 small hip fractures, but they may heal without surgery. He is taking antibiotics, which is help with his breathing. A White Lake Township police officer saved Meyer after a car versus deer crash earlier this week. The pregnant deer died along with 2 other fawns, but this guy survived. And we did learn the Meyer corporate is supporting the nonprofit, nursing him back to health.